Hello and thanks for watching this session on Forethought. My name is Jason Huddleston. I am the lead teacher at Donald Warnicki Elementary, and this summer I was a curriculum writer working with my partner Leo Munoz from R.D. Martinez, and we were assigned to the 6th grade social studies curriculum, and that's what we're going to spend the next few minutes looking at and going over, just to give you some highlights of the changes that were made and some of the content that we added to the curriculum, and hopefully that will help you and serve as a resource in the future if you have any questions about the curriculum. So we're going to go ahead and log into Eduphoria and get into Forethought, let you see exactly some of the changes that were made. So we'll log in right there and go to Forethought, and it's running a little slow. There we go. And we'll click on the Scope and Sequence tab. Most of the time you'll be working in the Lesson Plan section right here on the Lesson Plan tab. But just to kind of give you an overview of the social studies curriculum that we worked on, we'll go to the Scope and Sequence. We'll go into Elementary, and then we will click on 6th grade. And here are all the subjects for 6th grade. We're going to click on Social Studies right there and bring up the entire curriculum. Some of this is going to look very familiar to you. Basically, we kept the same structure as last year. Many of the unit names stayed the same, but there were some major changes, and we just want to spotlight those for you. Very quickly as we look here, we begin with the TEKS. So if you expand that out, you'll get all the social studies TEKS for 6th grade if you need to access those. You'll get the English language proficiency standards right there, the ELPS, if you need to look those up. And then a new set of standards, the CCRS, which is the College and Career Readiness Standards that are K-12. And so these are not specific to 6th grade. However, obviously 6th grade is included in that K-12 spectrum. These standards are vertically aligned and are categorized. And they are fairly new again, so you might want to take some time just to get in here, get to know these standards, familiarize yourself with them. They are very good and help you as a guide if you are making any lessons or activities. All right, then we get into what will look very familiar to you in the curriculum structure. We do have the curriculum document section right here, which contains a year at a glance, or YAG document, and you can see down here it's attached to this activity, and we'll go ahead and open up that Word document. We try to keep everything as Word documents, make that uniform, and you'll see the YAG pretty much stayed the same. We try to keep it on one page. There are 13 units. You do have your 6 reporting periods along with the days that are assigned to those reporting periods. You have the days that the unit should take you approximately for instruction. You have all the TEKS right here, and then you also have all of the English language proficiencies, the ELPS right here, and then the CCRS, those standards listed as well that pertain to that unit. This kind of looks the same as it did last year, with the addition of the ELPS and the CCRS standards and the other changes that we made, and that's attached right there to that activity. You also have what is called the basic activities section, and down here are the activities contained within it. And you'll see there's a master vocabulary list. That's for the entire curriculum. It contains all of the vocabulary. There are apps. We'll go ahead and look at that. What we try to do is give you a little thumbnail picture of the app, a description, a price. Try to stay with the free ones where possible, but some of them do have a cost associated with them. And then a description of the app. And we tried to find as many as we could. Found some good ones that are maybe not familiar or you're not familiar with. So go ahead and get in here and check these out and use them where you can. We also attached all the Lead Forward documents that pertain to social studies. Since social studies isn't tested in 6th grade, Lead Forward did a really good job of organizing the TEKS by readiness and supporting and process. And while the process skills are identified by the state, Lead Forward does a really good job of giving you prioritized TEKS and telling you what would be considered a readiness or a supporting, mostly based on the 10th grade test that these students will take, which is the World Geography test. We do have some ESL resources that we put in there. It's a great website that you can visit that does specifically address social studies for ESL students. And then we have some composition resources as we did integrate writing into the curriculum activities as much as possible. We do have the Writing Across the Curriculum initiative that's beginning this year, and you'll be hearing more about that. And so we wanted to provide you with as many writing resources as we could. And those are the curriculum documents. And then let's take a look at the units. Now, all the units are structured the same way. So Unit 1 all the way down to Unit 13 are going to be structured the same way. We do have a unit rationale. And at some of the unit rationales, we did experiment with an animated introduction, just trying to see if some media tools are useful and can be helpful. So you would click there and watch that little intro. It's something you as a teacher can watch. You could even show it to the students. It just kind of targets the big concepts of the unit. We also have the technology and media resources. In this particular unit, we do have some video resources right here. You can click on those and either play them directly from where they're hosted. They're hosted on our district webpage, but you can also download them and save them to your computer. You could also put them in a Dropbox and share those with your students. A lot of different options that you could do with the media that's included in the technology and media resources. You also have the Kahoot website, which is great. And then this new app from Adobe called Adobe Voice, which is a very clever media generator that you can use. Students can use. It's very intuitive. It's PowerPoint-esque, but very cutting edge. Kids will like it. You'll probably like it too, so take a look at that. That's Adobe Voice, and that's my 2 cents for Adobe. All right, we do have the assessments that come from the social studies adoption. We scan those and attach them as PDFs in each unit, so you have all those. So even if you don't have that assessment resource, the paper one, since our adoption is so old, now you have that, and we want to make that available to you. Some of the units will have model lessons. Again, we are beginning the process of transitioning to the next phase in Forethought, which is to add model lessons. And so here's one that we've created, and just kind of to give you an idea of what model lessons could be. This is by no means the only format that you could use, but it is one format. So you'll see the activity here, and down at the bottom you'll see all of the necessary documents that you need for that lesson. So we do have that all right there in the model lesson section. Content resources, we do have the main unit resources. Basically what that does is just spotlight what your textbook has for that particular subject in the unit. So here in your textbook, it's Unit 2, Chapters 4 and 5. You will have a vocabulary document that is specific to that unit, as opposed to the master vocabulary that's in the curriculum documents. You have ESL resources, which give you some differentiation for those students. We try to get that kind of going. It won't be very robust, but it is a beginning. And then we have GT differentiation also. Now this one does go into some detail, and it does connect back to the model lesson, as does the special education resource as well for this unit. Then you have your TEKS that pertain to this unit. One difference, if you were teaching this subject area last year, you remember that we did have a list of TEKS, which did not do us much good. Now each TEK is individual, and if you are working in the lesson plan tab and are only working on, say, 2A for that day, or 1A and 2A, you can click on those two separately and identify them as the TEKs that you are working on, and that can be tracked. So that's a new feature that we are going to be able to use that we're kind of excited about. Same thing goes for the ELPs. You'll be able to do those by clicking them and adding them to your lesson plan, and the CCRS standards as well. So that's a new part of the curriculum. As I said, each unit is laid out identically, so you will be able to see that consistency. You should be seeing that consistency even between subject areas. So let's say that you are a social studies teacher and the science teacher. The science curriculum will be built very similar with all of the same elements that you see here in the social studies curriculum. We definitely wanted to standardize, spend a lot of time doing that, and to hopefully make it easier for you to navigate and then to add into your lesson plan. Speaking of your lesson plans, if you look down here, you will notice that all of the related resources have this little gear icon next to them that designates them as an activity in Forethought. And the main advantage of an activity is that it can be clicked or double clicked and brought directly into your lesson plan, so that you or the administrator will be able to access everything that's in that activity on your lesson plan. One thing that it won't do is give you a complete printout. You will actually have to go in and print out the activities, but it definitely simplifies that process. And again, if you're getting a little confused, I don't mean to get off topic here. We will provide hopefully some campus-specific training on lesson planning and using the activities in that way. If not, we'll be adding another video to this series and go into some depth about how to use activities in the lesson plan. So hopefully you're not going to get too frustrated, and we'll see this as a positive, which is what it was intended to be. All right. Well, that's just about it. We want to keep this brief, and any reference that you might need as far as Forethought social studies, you can come back and watch this video again. Just to remind you that the content is continually being updated, so we are always looking for ways to improve the content within our curriculum. So when you have concerns or any kind of suggestions, please let your administrator on your campus or your lead teacher know. And it takes a team effort here to improve, and that's the way we kind of want to proceed. So thank you for your time. Again, I am Jason Holston, and feel free to look me up on the Donald Warnicki website. I am listed right there in the faculty. You can pull up my email if you have any questions or need any help. Feel free to email me. Leo Munoz is on R.D. Martinez's website. His email is there as well. Both of us will be happy to help you with anything that you might need. Good luck with the curriculum, good luck with your instruction, and remember, we're here if you need us.